All right, here's a little walk around video on the FATMAX machine. So in case you're thinking about buying one of these, just a little look around it. As you can see, this is the 8-foot, 330-ton version. And speaking of buying it, just a couple of days after that, here we are loading that exact machine on a truck, heading to Rocky Top, Big Orange Country, Knoxville, Tennessee, up to Drew Petty and his guys up there. And you see the 52,000-pound rated Taylor forklift has no problem lifting this guy up onto the trailer. This particular brake weighs about 27,000 pounds. And a couple of days later, here we are up in Knoxville, Tennessee at the shop of Petty's Welding Company. Drew Petty and his entire crew, awesome guys. Really enjoyed getting a chance to meet them in person. If you don't know, Drew's got a really large following on Instagram. Petty's, I think it's Petty's _welding over there. So go give him a follow if you don't already. Very interesting content. Some really nice, cool projects that they do. So here's a look at the machine, and you can see Drew opted for quite a bit of extra tooling and 2 extra tooling cabinets from me. The FATMAX machine already comes with quite a bit of extra tooling compared to the normal brakes I sell, including the heavy-duty punches that you see right here. But he wanted to just kind of get, more of the common things that he could run into being a job shop. And so I made some suggestions for things, and we got that ordered and included in his order with the machine. So these tooling cabinets, I do keep these in stock, and they're $17.50 each. So if you decide to get one of those when you order a brake, just let me know in advance. I always forget to, offer them as an option. But here you see the massive 8-inch dies that come with the FATMAX, and the 6-inch to the left of it there. But that's a 1-inch die I just set in the middle of the 8-inch die. Really cool. So unless you're near me, I don't normally go on site for a 2D 4+1 axis machine like this one. They're very easy to learn, and typically I just do phone training, a couple hours over the course of a couple of days, and you'll have a really good understanding of the machine. But I was already at the Off-Road Beast location doing the 3D brake, which is more complicated, and I do typically go on site for those. And so it was just easy for me to run on over to Drew. He's just about 3 hours away over in Knoxville.
Yeah. Oh, money.
So a big part of owning a machine like this is really having the confidence that the machine and your own skills can, produce the desired result. Meaning, can you nail your angles? Can you nail your dimensions? And can you do it pretty quickly? And I've continued to work to try to refine these machines with the way they're built, getting the best components that I can within the framework of the price structure of the machine, and configuration and just knowledge, and being able to impart that knowledge to really get these machines to produce some excellent parts. And so when you have the confidence and you can see that with a little bit of work, you can get these things producing some really good angles, you hear the reaction from the guys. It's like, wow, just very impressed. And I hear it all day long from people that have bought these machines, from existing customers. And so here you see 1/2-inch plate in a 4-inch die. We're just kind of stepping it up here. And, in a second, you're going to see 1-inch plate.
It's open. I can see it from here.
But again, we're just kind of, you can see that angle is a little open. This is the first bend on 1/2-inch plate. No problem. We're going to get these dialed in, and you'll see in a minute the full stack of them that got bent. And so we're going to apply correction, rehit this one again, and then continue to refine the correction to get this one producing some accurate parts.
Pretty close. It's off a little bit there. It's getting there.
while we went over.
It's pretty good.
Pretty close, a little over bent.
I don't know.
88.5. The same thing.
So this was pretty interesting. You know, at the beginning of this training, I had shared some principles and some guidelines about, running a CNC press brake and forming in general. And, one of the things that I mentioned that I tell every customer during training actually came into place right here. We started having this 1/2-inch plate started sort of acting a little weird. We were sort of chasing the correction and couldn't really get it nailed. We'd apply correction and it would underbend. The next thing you know, the next part was overbent. And so by applying the principle that I shared with them, and I'm not going to share with you guys, immediately we started getting the angles nailed. So it was pretty fun to see that in action.
Oh, we're close, 89.
But for what this
So this part that we're making here, you can see it's got a U-channel shape with some cutout reliefs in there, and it's actually a footstep that's sort of a common item that gets torn off of a certain model excavator, and because of where it's located. And so these guys are making these footsteps, in small batches and selling them to. I'm not sure what their outlet is or where they actually sell them at, but it's a product that they commonly make. So here we are after 4 or 5 of these, starting to get the angles nailed and dimensions nailed. You can see the lineup here and the heights and all that. A couple of them were off here and there, while we were dialing it in, but very, very nice overall. There really is just something satisfying about, I'm laughing even saying this, about bending 1-inch plate, like the popping that it makes as it's sliding down into the die, the busting up of the mill scale that you can see here. It's just a lot of fun. So this is one of the things that didn't come with the FATMAX that we added as an option. And this is a knife edge 30-degree punch and acute die to be able to bend angles greater than 90, so more acute than 90. A common part that gets made for a lot of job shops is a stair pan, like an industrial mezzanine type of stair pan, and you need a more acute bend than 90 for that. Very fortunate to get a chance to sell a machine like this. Very nice machine, competitively priced in the market. Couldn't have sold it to a better customer who will put it to great use and also take care of it. Thanks again to Drew and all his guys up there in Knoxville, and give them a follow on Instagram. It's at @petty_welding there. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.